A biblical worldview says God created a perfect world. In the beginning, God made everything good. There was no pain, there was no death, there was no disease. Suffering was not part of God's design. In this perfect world, God gave us free will, the ability to choose to love and obey him. But humanity chose sin over God. The first humans, and all of us since, chose to rebel against God, to go our own way. And this disobedience to God is what the Bible calls sin. Sin broke what God made good. Sin has corrupted every part of life. It didn't just mess up our relationship with God, it introduced deep brokenness into the world itself. Some examples: because of sin, where there was once kindness, now there's envy. Where there was peace, there's now conflict. Truth has been replaced by betrayal. Selflessness has given way to selfishness, corruption, and greed. Where there was health, now we have sickness, pain, and death. The whole of creation lives with the painful consequences of sin. It's why we have diseases and injustice and all forms of suffering, because the world is not operating in the way that God originally intended. But here's the hope. God sent Jesus to deal with sin and its consequences. This is the good news of the gospel. From the moment sin entered the world, God set in motion a rescue plan. Jesus, the Son of God, stepped right into our broken world and experienced our suffering with us. He came as a light into the darkness of life. He showed compassion to the hurting, and ultimately he went to the cross to deal with the root cause of our brokenness, which is our sin. On the cross, Jesus bore the punishment of sin for all of us so that we could be forgiven and ultimately freed from all of sin's consequences. And by his resurrection, he conquered death itself. God brings purpose to our suffering now and promises a perfect future. Through Jesus, God began the process of restoring what's broken. And the Bible promises that one day, when Jesus returns, God will make all things new. He will right every wrong. He will wipe away every tear. For those who trust in Christ, there is the sure hope of a world with no more mourning, crying, or pain. So the reality is this, that suffering is real now, but we can hold on to the knowledge that it is also temporary and ultimately defeated because of Jesus. This worldview helps people to see that Christianity isn't naive about pain. It doesn't deny the existence of suffering. It explains it, but then it offers hope. Now, you can share that with people. You don't have to use fancy or theological words. In fact, something that's simple and genuine and sincere from you to them probably is so much better. But share, this is the underlying question. This is how I see the world.